I remember getting a call from the fire department commander telling me that they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. And I said, you know, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
Regarding that quote, sir, the fire department commander at the time of 9/11 was Chief Daniel Nigro, and he recently made a statement in which he denied having that conversation with you about Building 7. And plus, we know from FEMA reports that the firemen were pulled out of the building much earlier in the day due to lack of water supply. So, sir, could you please get it on the record exactly who was it from the fire department that you spoke to about Building 7 on that day? Thank you.
Go on to the next question.
What an answer.
What an answer.
Can we get a response, sir?
Can we go on to the next question, please?
I remember getting a call from the fire department commander telling me that they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. And I said, you know, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
Where were you on September 11th?
You know, I was home. And the only reason I wasn't where I was every morning subsequent to the 26th day of July, my mornings were spent usually at a breakfast meeting at Windows, an 8 o'clock breakfast meeting, Windows, the top of it, and then going down to visit with my tenants, my new tenants, at the Trade Center, getting to know them, understanding their problems and so forth, ascertaining how we could service their needs better, and which is one of the first things you do when you acquire a property. You begin to meet your tenants and start talking with them. And so my mornings were spent at the Trade Center, and then by noon I was back uptown. And so that particular morning, because I have light-colored hair and fair skin, and I'm an annuity to the dermatologist, my wife, God bless her, had made an appointment for me at the doctor. And I remember dressing to go to the doctor. I'm finally saying to my wife, I said, sweetheart, I've got so much to do downtown. I got to cancel this. I've got to go downtown. And she said, you're not going to cancel this appointment. You're going to the dermatologist. You know, having been married now to the same woman for 46 years, you get this sense of determination on occasion, their voices. And I said, okay, yes, dear, I'll go. I'll go. And then just minutes later, received a telephone call to turn on a television set and witnessed this horrendous circumstance. The first plane hitting, and then the second plane hitting. Of course, with the second hit, it became obvious that this was terrorism.
Larry Silverstein. Last time we talked, sir, I asked you if you could address some of the 9/11 conspiracy theories that you are accused of. Sadly, your response has actually invited more of them. I mean, for the record, everybody knows your infamous comments on PBS where you said pull Building 7 on 5/25 on the day of 9/11. Your official response was that it was the firefighters. My question is, it was pretty clear that you meant the building, and if it was the firefighters, they already are outside the building by 12 because the water lines were broken.
Ask the question.
And the fire chief that you said you spoke to, Fire Chief Nagro, denies talking to you on that day of 9/11. Can you answer those questions and address the theories against you?
I suggest for everybody's consideration
Just one question.
that we all look at the thousands of pages of testimony that have been rendered in the many years since 9/11, and let's use today's session for some of its.
Are you aware of testimony of bombs in the building before the building collapsed, sir? Are you aware of that testimony? Sir, there's testimony by Barry Jennings. Sir, you don't have to touch me. Listen, I'll walk away. All I'm asking is a question. I don't have to be kicked out. It's a legitimate question. You don't have to put your hands on me. But all I'm saying is,
Make it seem clear.
no, I'm not. I'm here asking. The question was not answered. That's why I have agreements. Larry Silverstein was told not to come into work. That's why him, his daughter, and his son never showed up to work on 9/11. He put an insurance policy on the buildings. Reporters, do your job, please. Ask some questions. Ask some questions. Ask some questions. Ask some questions. Ask some questions.
This is Larry Silverstein saying that he got the designs for the new Building 7, and they started designing the new Building 7 in the year 2000, when in the 2000, 9/11 happened in 2001, so the building was there. Why would they be designing a new Building 7 when the old one was there? Doesn't make any sense. Here he is saying it.
We've got the designs of the building. And the first design meeting was in April of 2000. And construction began shortly thereafter in 2002.
After the Building 7 was blown
And we
up,
went
when he said pull it.
to finance the building with Liberty bonds, construction bonds from the Liberty Bond program that was initiated by the federal government to enable us to rebuild the Trade Center. But it still required insurance company bonds, insurance company payments under the policies. And so
It's amazing. Larry Silverstein goes on television and says, we pulled the building. And then he does this other snafu where he says, we were designing the new building in the year 2000. Why would you design a new building when the other building's still there, unless you know it's about to be destroyed?
The only reason I wasn't where I was every morning.
And as I'm dressing, my wife looks at me and she said, you can't go to work. And I said, why not? She said, because I made an appointment for you with the dermatologist and you must go.